In September of 2025, the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office opened case number 2025-14252. The case involved the remains of 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, a teenager who had been reported missing more than a year earlier. Celeste disappeared from her hometown of Lake Elsinore in April 2024. For months, her family and investigators searched, but answers never came until her body was discovered on September 8, 2025. The discovery was made in an unusual and troubling location, the front trunk of an impounded Tesla at a tow yard in Hollywood. Staff at the facility noticed an odor coming from the vehicle, which led to the body being found. The car itself was registered to the musician known as David, who at the time was away on tour. This connection drew public attention, though authorities have not confirmed what role, if any, the vehicle's ownership played in the case. The Los Angeles Police Department immediately began investigating the incident as a homicide. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner assigned the case to Deputy Medical Examiner Dr. Ansel Nam and investigator Karen Tapia. Despite the discovery, the cause of death was officially listed as deferred, a term used when further investigation is required before a determination can be made. By late September, Hernandez's remains were released to her family, allowing them to lay her to rest. But as of October 2025, the case remained open, with unanswered questions about how Celeste's body came to be hidden in the vehicle and what ultimately led to her death. Key confirmed facts, what police/official sources and major outlets have reported. Human remains were found inside a Tesla registered to David D4vd Burke. The Los Angeles Police Department located a decomposed body inside the front trunk, frunk, of a Tesla that is registered to the musician D4d after the vehicle had been parked/ticketed/impounded in the Hollywood Hills. The body was later identified as Celeste Rivas Hernandez, a teenager from Riverside County. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner and news outlets reported the body was identified as Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Reports list her as 14 to 15 in different pieces. Authorities released statements confirming her identity. People.com timeline around the car and discovery. The Tesla was observed marked for parking on August 27, position of tires noted, ticketed for violating a 72-hour parking rule on September 3, impounded September 5, and the body was discovered September 8, when the impound lot reported a foul odor. Investigators say the body had likely been in the car for several weeks. ABC7, Los Angeles cause and manner of death have not been publicly released, were pending medical examiner determination. Multiple outlets quote the medical examiner and police. The cause, manner were deferred, or still under investigation at publication time. D4vd has not been publicly charged as of the cited reporting, and his representatives say he is cooperating. Law enforcement has been investigating. Reporting states Burke, D4vd, has not been named a suspect in publicly available statements. His representatives say he is cooperating. Police conducted searches, reported searches of property linked to his residence, where he stayed, and seized electronics as part of the investigation. Celeste Rivas Hernandez had a history of running away. Prior missing person reports and deputies had visited her home multiple times. Public records and call logs show deputies visited her home multiple times, and she'd been reported missing several times in 2024. News outlets have reported family/community details about prior disappearances. People.com +1. Additional reported actions by police/investigators, searches and evidence seizure. Authorities reportedly executed at least one search warrant on a Hollywood Hills property connected to Burke, or where he had been staying, and seized electronics. Those actions are part of the active LAPD Robbery Homicide Division investigation. !online, tow, impound records, and parking enforcement logs have been used by investigators to reconstruct when and where the car was left. What is not confirmed, important disclaimers. No public criminal charges naming David Burke as a suspect have been reported in the major outlets I searched. Not being charged does not equal innocence or guilt. It means the investigation was ongoing at the times reported. Do not treat social media assertions as proof of involvement. The exact cause and manner of Celeste's death, homicide versus accidental versus natural versus undetermined, had not been publicly released when these articles were published. Medical examiner determinations were pending or deferred. Widely circulated theories, media coverage, and speculation, clearly unproven, below are the main narratives and theories that circulated in news and social media. I list them because they appear often. They are not proven facts. Theory: David was involved in the teen's death. Why it spreads. The body was found in a car registered to him and police searched properties tied to his network. Social media amplified the connection. Status: unproven. News organizations emphasize he had not been publicly charged and that police stated they were investigating all leads. Theory: the teen died elsewhere and the body was concealed in the car later. Basis: decomposition suggesting the body was in the car for weeks and that the car had been stationary on the street for an extended period before being impounded. This is consistent with police statements about timeline, but the location/time/cause of death remain under investigation. Social media and amateur sleuthing theories. Many versions. Platforms such as Reddit, TikTok, and YouTube had numerous speculative threads, timelines, alleged messages, screenshots. Those can contain useful leads but also rampant misinformation. Mainstream outlets warn to treat such content cautiously. Private investigators/commentators offering hypotheses. Local private investigators and pundits on local TV newscasts have raised alternative timelines and questioned how the body remained undiscovered. These are hypotheses, not findings. Reporting developments that affected the public conversation, public reaction, business/brand, and music community responses. Some brands and music partners paused promotions or removed collaborations with Burke after the discovery. Concerts and promotional activities were impacted. Legal representation. Some outlets reported D4vd hired prominent defense counsel, reported in tabloids. That is part of many high-profile cases even when no charges are filed. Tabloid reports should be treated cautiously. New York Post gaps. What investigators likely still need to determine: definitive cause and manner of death from the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner. How and when Celeste came to be in the vehicle. Timeline reconstruction using surveillance, phone records, witness statements, digital forensics. Whether any person should be charged with crimes related to her death or concealment, that depends on forensic findings and investigative evidence. In September 2025, investigators found the decomposed body of Celeste Rivas Hernandez inside the front trunk of a Tesla registered to musician David D4vd Burke after the car had been left parked and later impounded in the Hollywood Hills. Police say the body likely had been in the vehicle for weeks. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's cause and manner determinations were pending in the public record at the time of reporting. Burke had not been publicly charged, and his team stated he was cooperating while law enforcement executed search warrants and seized electronics as part of an ongoing robbery-homicide division investigation. Many theories and extensive social media speculation circulated, but none of those theories replace official findings as of now. We must remember that independent journalists and investigators have contributed to the case. If anyone has any information about the case, please contact the LAPD. Thanks for watching. If you can subscribe, like the video, comment. Thank you.